guys? It's your boy Brendan aka Drip back in another video and a tournament deck profile video at that. I decided to take and pick up Tier again. I haven't played Tier since they got destroyed by the ban list. Man, sucks how this deck has fallen, but I'll tell you this right now, this deck is not dead. And once Cash is gone and Shifter's not in the format, look out, man, because this deck is coming back with a vengeance. I got first place with this list but there are a couple things I want to change. We'll talk about more of that when we get there. If you guys are new to the channel, hello, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you for clicking on this video. My name is Brendan, but my friends, teammates, and Discord and D.D.D fam call me Drip, short for my gamer. It's short for my gamer tag, and it's just been my nickname from years now. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh and all things Yu-Gi-Oh, news, discussions, deck profiles, any other kind of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, please consider hitting the subscribe button, become a member of the D.D.D fam. Check the description for all the ways to support me, my Discord, Patreon, PayPal, all that, merch store, all that's down there below, and I appreciate you so much for doing any of it, whether it's even just clicking on this video or hitting the like button. I love you so much for it. But back to this video and the deck profile. We played 4 rounds last night. Went 3-1. I tied with my buddy Andrew. We played round 1, we played against Salamangreat, we won that one. Round 2, played against Pearly, won that one. 3 was against Monodium Sprite, which is my buddy Andrew. We tied with him. And in round 4, played against my buddy Tanner, who was playing Unchained. We won that one. I played testing online before I took this to locals, and I really enjoy the deck. I really think the deck's in a good spot, and if you're not facing down a Shifter or an Arise Heart, then I feel like this deck can stand toe-to-toe with anything. This deck is just gassed out. But I don't want to waste any more of your time. I want to go ahead and get into this video. Because this is, I ain't gonna lie, this is like my 5th time trying to record this. My phone and even my microphone just keeps acting up on me. But again, note, when we go in, just know that there are some differences from what you've seen probably other people using. If you didn't want to see potential something different, you wouldn't click on this video, because at that point you already know what everyone else is running, so you would know how to build your own deck. But please give this a chance and a shot before you automatically hit the dislike button and all that. So hear me out. We got 3 Tier Cash because the standard and it's the best Miller. I'm on 2 Rhino Heart, and I know a lot of people run 3, but I think 2 is good. Because Kit Callus is not a thing no more, so this doesn't do as much, and I only run 2 Scream, so I think you should run however many Screams you run is how many Rhino Hearts you should run, in my personal opinion. And then unfortunately the sad truth, 1 of each Fuser. I really wish Havness would stay at 1 and then put these 2 at 2. I'd really wish they would. You could take my shufflers and all that, take my shufflers, just give me 1 Kit and 2 Murley, 2 Sheeran, and please, seriously, please, Konami. And 3 of the best card in the deck. 3 Perlerino. This card is literally the best card in the deck. There's no question about it. The reason why you break boards constantly, the reason you have consistency and everything else. Moving on, more Tier stuff. 2 Scream. 1 Grief. I don't understand why no one runs this card. This card is literally another copy of every name, and it gets your traps back if they get banished, whether you're banishing them or they just get banished on whatever reason. This gets them back. This card is disgusting. It's just very good. It's very good. And then Solic, and then Trivia Karma, if you want to consider that a Tier card. I don't run Meta Noise. I don't like it, even though it's not that I don't like it. I like it, but I like Solic better, if that makes sense. And then Trivia Karma's Trivia Karma. Nothing needs to be said about that. Yeah. And then where my list veers off from other people's that running Super Poly and stuff like that, I opt to maximize on Shaddolls. This is getting cut though. Hear me out. I do not run the Destiny Hero line. I don't run it. I think it's a little bit win more. I just don't like it. And on top of that, it forces you to run cards that you normally wouldn't. So like if you run the Beatrice, you have to run a Garua or Dangerous. And Dangerous just doesn't do enough besides helping you get into your Beatrice, in my personal opinion. And make the Guru, it forces you to run the Danger package, and I would rather run Shaddolls that give me more utility than the Danger package. So that's why I opt to run these. And Shaddoll Fusion in this format, obviously, in my personal opinion, is better having in hand than Super Poly, because Super Poly just feel like it's not as generic as it normally is in other formats. So having this in hand going second is just a win. You just win with this card. Everything else can get negated as long as this resolves. You just win because you make Shikanaga, so you just win because you send the Killback and then you'll send the Hollow, and it's just nasty. Which I won a game from that against the Salad player. He had like a whole back row full of every solemn card you can think and a roar, and I played through it all, and I just held this in hand, and then I just resolved it and won. And then this is any other name. This is a draw, obviously. This is to get the Hedgehog is good because it's a dark, or you can use it to get another name in hand to deck thin and give yourself another target, because sometimes running a higher Shaddoll count's really cool too, because sometimes early on, if you don't get enough cards in graveyard, like don't get a King of the Swamp or something in graveyard, you need a legal target in order to really activate your fusers. So for an example, when you're milling and you want to make it like Chainlink 1 or something, but you still have like Chainlink 1 a Chainlink 1 a fuser and a Chainlink 2 like a miller or something, because you want to do that so you can get more names engraved to be able to potentially make something different. Worst case, which is still a best case scenario, you're making a window, but without these you wouldn't have a legal target, if that makes sense. Hedgehog's also good at, like I said, giving you the name so you can do that. Also, at the same time, Hedgehog gives you a name in hand to be able to pair with your Shikanaga to be able to negate a special summon monsters effect, so it's good at that too. Then Dragon's obviously good at just popping random floodgates, and then Falco resetting all these to keep utilizing all their effects. All these have great flip effects too. And being Falco's also a tuner too, so you could take your level 8s and him to make your Baron, which is really cool too. You can make Baron other ways, obviously, with the Diviner that we're running too, but you can make Baron with Falco as well. And this package also brings more grind to the deck that you already have that's very grindy at the way it is. So this brings an additional grind to the game, to the deck that is might be considered win more, but my personal opinion is not a win more. You can never have too many grind cards. So, and then Hollow is considered a win more to a lot of people, but with the current consistency and where it is, it's never win more when it comes to milling. When it comes to milling anything, and this card going second is absolutely disgusting, and definitely when you pair it with like a Kelbeck with a Shaddoll Fusion going second. So this card's disgusting, and all of them reset themselves. The Schism is the only one I want to cut, and now that one really is, I feel, a win more, because the Schism's not going to get you through anything, and the deck, for the most part, if you have it set up kind of properly, you can play through a Dark Ruler anyways, so it doesn't really matter in that regard. So this is just, I don't know, it's not really needed in my personal opinion. There's 3 cards I really want to try out in this slot. It'd be a 3rd Diviner, a Card Destruction, or a Blazing Cartesia. Which we'll talk more about that later on. But I like this package more than the Destiny Hero package and more than the Revolution Synchron package, because I feel with that, you also have to, with the Revolution Synchron package, you have to run the Fenrirs and the Raceoth, because normally you're always going to use your Rhino Heart or your Sheeran with the Revolution to make Ancient Fairy to pop the Raceoth or Perlerino to search the opposite name, and you never really want to pop your Raceoth. Never want to pop your Perlerino, because Raceoth is not as good in this deck as Perlerino is. So opening Revolution with Perlerino, it just feels really neggy, because like there's Revolution's of Earth, and it doesn't really help you in that regard, but with attributes, and it's not as good of a Miller, obviously, for obvious reasons. And on top of that, Crystal Wing doesn't really provide you anything more than what your other fusions, like your Rule Kalos or your Grapha, provide you. So it doesn't really help you in that regard, and you have to run other bricks like the tunings and then the revolutions and whatever else you want to run, plus the race sauce and Fenrir, which that right there alone is not good mills, and they're not going to help advance your game state. It's just only top heavy, meaning it's only good early on, but it's not going to help you later on down the road. So I'd rather build my deck to be able to do the same thing early on, but do more in the grind game, if that makes sense. And then I'm running 2 Diviner Proxy, I'm sorry. 2 Diviner, which I'm, like I said, that's potentially a third, but 2 and 2 right now between these two and Rhino Heart's been very good for me. So I don't know, who knows. And then 1 of each Shuffler and Miller, because if we had any more, then all the meta sheep would cry. So these cards are absolutely bonkers. I don't need to explain them. And then King of the Swamp package, great value brand kit, and then this. So nothing needs to be said. Standard. Last 3 cards in the main deck: Foolish and Goods. Foolish Goods. Extra deck. Extra deck's different from a lot of people's too. Rule Kalos, Kaleido Heart. That's names for the engine. Construct, because it's good. A lot of people don't run it. I don't know why. Shikanaga, because you need to. Avcalone comes up a lot to be able to negate stuff permanently. It's really good. It's a very good card, and it searches Shaddoll Fusion or Schism if you decide to keep it. Winda has win in the name, so you just win when you summon it. Definitely when you have Perlerino. I run the Gregonal. I really like this. Definitely being able to send the Avcalone to be able to search and get access to Shaddoll Fusion or the Schism is really nice. And then Chimera, Dragos Stapelia, Mud Dragon, Grapha are my generic fusions. I have not missed Garua, honestly, because obviously I'm not running targets. And then Baron, and then I run the Lulu Walleth in replace for the Garua. Being able to summon this and get a negate is really nice. Definitely, since you're running the Gregonal anyways, you might as well run this. And if you run the Cartesia, you can just when you lose this, and you can get another monster on board to be able to fuse anyways. And in this deck, since you're constantly sending fusions to the graveyard or whatever, then Cartesia is just absolutely free recurring poly anyways. And then the last 2 in the extra deck is Redoer and Zeus. They're both standard and mandatory in my personal opinion. Extra deck, side deck, 3 Turtle. It's an aqua, clears boards, and definitely against like Pearly. If you out their My Friend Pearly, and then you out their My Friend Pearly first, and then you drop this on their tower's head, you just win, because they can't recur their resources because you already popped My Friend Pearly. Dark Rulers, standard. More Pearly hate, but it's generic hate for anything that has big towers or anything like Dragoon or anything too. So Cosmic, because I hate back row, and then Duster, because I hate back row. Heartbeat, I never got to use its first effect yesterday, but it's still good to be able to pop back row, and I use its secondary effect to add back though. Crime is there for mainly evenly, nothing really else, but it's still good to pop and negate stuff in Archetype Solemn Judgment. And then the last card is Pankatops. Side deck feels pretty standard, very generic, so you can use it too. Like I said, the only thing that I would change on this list is the Schism. I would make one of those 3 cards that I mentioned. But other than that, I love this deck. I love the list, and I love everything about it, and I hope you guys give it a shot and try it out. If you try any of those 3 cards that I mentioned instead of the Schism, let me know in the comment section down below which one worked out better for you. Let me know in the comment sections below if you think what you think tier is going to be moving forward. Do you ever think we'll ever get it in the names back or get more support? Whatever the case is, I love talking to you guys so much in the Discord. On the Discord or the comment section. I really enjoy hearing from you guys. But with that being said, that is the list. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Give it a shot. Give it a try. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's Brendan, a.k.a. Drip from Team D.D.D. Signing out till next time. Peace. Good dueling, my guys.